The girl was so poor she couldn't even afford her mother's medical bills, yet she drains every last penny she has to pretend she's a wealthy heiress. And the reason she did this, her mother fell seriously ill just 2 days earlier, and she has zero money to cover hospital costs. Stuck with nowhere to turn, she suddenly unlocks an ultra-wealthy system out of the blue. The system orders her to pose as a rich young lady at an elite private school. If she keeps her real identity hidden for 2 whole months, she'll get a whopping $1 billion as a reward. But if anyone sees through her lie, both she and her mother will die instantly. Desperate to save her sick mom, the girl agrees to this deadly gamble without hesitation. She then spent every last penny she had to buy designer clothes and handbags on a second-hand marketplace, and rented a luxury car. But she never expected that on her very first day of school, she would be stopped by a group of rich kids led by Jenny. Jenny asked her where she had bought the limited edition outfit she was wearing. The girl's heart skipped a beat, because she had actually bought the outfit on a second-hand platform. But since it had come to this, she had no choice but to bite the bullet and lie. She said a friend had brought the outfit back from abroad. Jenny immediately flashed a knowing smile. She then asked how much the girl's luxury car had cost. The girl could tell Jenny was testing her, so feigning nonchalance she said her family had so many cars that she couldn't remember the price of each one. As soon as she said this, her classmates immediately cast envious glances her way. They all assumed the girl was the daughter of a wealthy family. Jenny and these rich kids couldn't hold a candle to her, but Jenny didn't say a word. Instead she grabbed the girl's hand, claiming they were all classmates. She said she'd need her support in the future. Then with a wicked grin she led the rich kids away. Just as the girl thought she'd gotten away with it, the system suddenly sent a notification. It claimed that Jenny had already seen through the girl's fake heiress identity, because the dress the girl had bought was the very one Jenny had sold a couple of days ago, and the reason she had taken the girl's hand was to check if there were any grease stains on the cuffs. The girl was utterly devastated. She rushed frantically into the restroom, but just as she thought she was about to be eliminated by the system sent another notification. It stated that the mission would only be considered a failure if her identity were exposed in public, so the girl still had a chance. Meanwhile, Jenny had already told a few of the rich kids about the girl buying second-hand clothes, but they were all rather skeptical about what Jenny had said. It wasn't until one of them recalled the girl's number plate that he suddenly realized the car actually belonged to his family's dealership. Just as the group were about to expose the girl, Jenny stopped them. She claimed that since the girl liked to pretend she was rich, they might as well play along with her. At Jenny's urging, the young heirs listed their unworn clothes and luxury goods for sale on a second-hand platform. They even set the listings to be visible only to the girl. Worried she might not be able to afford them, they deliberately set the prices as low as possible. As long as she bought them, these items would serve as evidence of her deception. But what they didn't know was, the girl had overheard their entire conversation, so she decided to turn the tables on them. She was going to make those rich kids pay dearly for their arrogance. The next day, Jenny made the first move to befriend the girl. She said she fancied a seafood feast, but didn't have enough pocket money. She asked the girl if she could treat her to a meal. The girl readily agreed. They set the date for Saturday. Having received the girl's reply, the rich kids left the place, but the system alerted the girl, claiming that the seafood feast Jenny wanted was extremely expensive, at least $60,000 a meal. It asked the girl where she would get that much money, but the girl merely smiled. She claimed that not only would she not have to pay for the meal, but she would also make a huge profit. When the girl returned home that evening, she bought up all the luxury goods the rich kids had put up for sale at rock-bottom prices. She then relisted them on a second-hand platform. Before long she had made $150,000 from the deal. The next day, they arrived at the restaurant just as they had planned. In order to make the girl look foolish, the rich kids ordered every single one of the restaurant's most expensive dishes. Once all the dishes had been served, they began to wolf them down. The girl however ate only a few of the cold dishes. This was because she had never encountered such high-end ingredients before. She was afraid that her table manners would give her away. Jenny quickly noticed this. She immediately asked the girl why she was only eating cold dishes, but the girl claimed she had long since grown tired of them. This flimsy lie was clearly not enough to convince Jenny. All she wanted now was to witness the girl's embarrassment when the bill arrived. Half an hour later, the waiter brought a bill for $120,000, but just as everyone was waiting to see the girl make a fool of herself, to everyone's surprise she simply pulled out her credit card and successfully paid the $120,000. Jenny was utterly stunned. She demanded to know where the girl had got the money from. The girl's face immediately turned pale. She claimed she had been kind enough to treat them to dinner, yet they were questioning her like this. She added that they needn't invite her to such gatherings in future. Then without looking back she left the place. The rich kids were instantly furious. They had originally intended to make a fool of the girl, yet in the end it was they who had been made fools of. Jenny was deeply resentful of this. She immediately ordered the group to investigate and uncover every detail of the girl's background. Once they had gathered all the evidence, they would ensure the girl's reputation was utterly ruined. A month and a half later, Jenny tracked the girl down again. She claimed that the girl's birthday was just a few days away. They decided to throw a party for the girl, and invited the entire school to attend. Watching the scheming Jenny, the system sent another alert. It stated that Jenny had already uncovered the girl's true identity, and was preparing to expose her in front of everyone at the birthday party. But the girl didn't take it seriously, because her mission would be complete in 3 days' time. So she told Jenny that her birthday was in 3 days' time, and thanked her for organizing the birthday party. Jenny thought her scheme had succeeded, and then she left. 3 days later, the girl arrived at the party venue. At this point there was only 1 minute left until the mission ended. Jenny approached the girl holding a box. She claimed it was a surprise she had prepared for the girl herself. The system immediately issued a warning. It stated that the box contained the girl's identity documents. Once opened, the mission would automatically fail. With only 30 seconds left on the countdown, the girl, in an attempt to buy time, had no choice but to take it despite her misgivings. But Jenny deliberately threw the box to the ground. The photographs and documents inside the box scattered across the floor in an instant. At the same time, the girl's personal details were projected onto the big screen. Her classmates gathered round. But just as Jenny was about to expose the girl in front of everyone, the countdown finally ended. The girl successfully secured the $1 billion reward, and the next thing she had to do was to make this group of rich kids who had targeted her pay the price.